Hello, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. My name is WW but you already know that. And, well, I realized we never actually took a look at all of the planets in KSP2 just on the map real quick. Just to see if anything changed about them. Like, here we have Kerbin. Kerbin is pretty much, if we just focus on it, still the same. We've seen most of it. I still want to go like to a pole with a plane of some sort, just to see if they changed anything about that. But yeah, generally this is pretty much the same. We've been to Minmus and the Moon. We have not seen Moho from any closer. That sure still looks like Moho, the Moho we know. Is that the Moho? Does it actually have the hole? Which was like a mapping error in the original KSP, but apparently that's actually there now. As a feature. That's cool. We've got Duna. Now, obviously, Duna does have a the usual like dry ice caps. It does have the usual surface. It does also have Ike as its moon, which looks a whole lot more bumpy. Like, that looks like it's like at least has been volcanic at some point. That looks a whole lot different from how it looked in KSP1. Then obviously we have Eve and Gilly, so Eve we did actually look at. Hello, do you load in? Thank you. Eve we did actually look at last time. You can see kinda, if there's no clouds in the way, the features on the surface still look the same a little bit. That, like, those ring lakes are still there, or ring islands, I guess, in the ocean. I'd love to land there, but we have like no chance of getting back off of it. Gilly is the usual. Oh, it looks a whole lot more like a captured asteroid now. It's even less, like, structured. Like that. This is even less round than the original one. I mean, I wouldn't even recognize this as Gilly. This just looks like a freaking, like, weird ass asteroid. If it didn't orbit a purple planet, I wouldn't really recognize that. Then we have the Joule system. We've been there, obviously. We've seen Joule. We have actually a probe landed on Joule, believe it or not. Even if the game doesn't show that anymore. Like, seriously though. Everything should be there, but for some reason. Yeah. We've got Bob. Also looks very similar to Gilly. Tylo. Hello? Oh, there you go. That looks a lot different. That looks a lot darker. I love the redesign. Like these impact craters and everything. Holy shit, that looks good. We've got Vol, which is still the ball of ice we know. Looks very icy. Pole? Yep. Sure still looks like it used to, just a little bit more orange and like more textured in general. There's like more different colors. There's like green stuff and looks really cool. Lathe, obviously. Lathe, hello? Okay. Apparently you can zoom through planets. Weird. The islands are still very much a thing. Yeah. Still has an atmosphere, very obviously. There's nice clouds on there. Very reminiscent of the ones that the mod for KSP1 added. Dres! The frickin' asteroid belt object. Dres... Does Dres have a ring? Did you, like, put a ring on Dres just so people would be more likely to go there? That is interesting. I like the idea. Since we don't otherwise have a ringed planet in KSP1 yet, or in KSP2 yet. I'm going to assume there's gonna be rings around one, at least, planet in the interstellar travel part that's gonna be developed throughout early access. But yeah, otherwise, the color scheme is a little bit different, but yeah, it looks a little bit nicer now. And Elu all the way out here, we actually did see before. This basically looks the same, just with higher resolution. I just wanted to go through these because we haven't yet. What I also wanted to do, I wanted to start building a replica of a real-life rocket, because if we're gonna go ahead and not have the chance of really playing this game without it really not liking big rockets, I at least want to do like stuff that I did in the Kerbal stream program series on the old game, and that was one of the things I did there was build replicas of real-life rockets. Another was a moon colony that definitely not gonna happen until the actual colony update is gonna drop, which is gonna be way later. But yeah, for now, I'd say we start with something easy. And that easy thing is gonna be a Falcon 9, since yeah, that's probably the easiest thing we can do. Obviously, we're gonna use the Crew Dragon version, so to say. And even if this is more of an Apollo-style capsule, the Crew Dragon doesn't look that much different. So also seats 3, I guess. 3 or 4? I don't actually remember how many seats the Crew Dragon has, but looks very much similar to this, and I am fine with that. Now, just for this to work in KSP, we're going to go ahead and put some SAS wheel under that, and then even if the update for heating is still coming somewhere down the line, it does have a heat shield in real life, so we're gonna put one there. And for the battery here, I'm actually gonna go ahead and do something that I did a lot in KSP1, and I don't see why I would stop that. And that is just clip this in here, because that's really the reason. Alignment assembly button. What does that do? Anyway, clip that in a little bit so it doesn't stick out, so it looks more like Yeah, that looks a whole lot better, actually. I like that. I mean, theoretically we could add the radial drogues, but I don't think we need those necessarily. What I do want to add though, and now you can snap again, is some RCS ports here. And then basically we do a decoupler. This isn't exactly a Crew Dragon in terms of how it looks, but also it would have like a docking port on top. I'm not into building the Crew Dragon right now. This is just like a dummy payload. We could just as well put anything other on top of the rocket. I just watched the latest Crew Dragon launch, so that was what came to mind basically. This is mid. Yeah. This has a little bit of monoprop on board, so it can do a little bit of like separation from the thing. Parts manager, please out of the way for now though. Now, under this, obviously the upper stage, and we want mid. Yeah. I think this is fine. Yeah. Okay. Now, as for the engine, I'd obviously want something that's reminiscent of a vacuum engine. However, the like high efficiency vacuum engines, like for this size that would be the Poodle, is a double nozzle, which is not a thing that actually is a thing. Wait, can I? No, I can't. That's not a thing that actually is a thing in the real Falcon. It only has one. So the skipper is way too overpowered for this, like way too overpowered and like bad in terms of ISP. That's like this thing, right? Yeah. I mean, it has a decent ISP, but yeah, I guess I can use it. Yeah, I guess this is like as good as it gets, right? Yeah, and then we're just gonna have to eyeball how long this has to be. Also, it's probably gonna be a little bit hard to actually find a way of putting landing legs on the lower. Let me actually make sure that this is controllable once it detaches. Yes. Okay. We also don't have air brakes yet, so that's a little bit of a problem. So I don't really have the parts for that. There's basically no moving parts that can be used for that either. There's just basically no moving parts other than legs. And I'm not sure whether those can be manipulated to look like... Wait, let me try though. That's like... ground. Like, these are the only things that are in any way. Like, don't use the wombat, because that's the bugged one that makes the fuel drain from multiple tanks. Wrong button. Alt. Thank you. I think a stack of 3 is correct in, like, in terms of... So, by the way, you can open this with that button. That's what that is for. I realized that when I saw the same thing on the fairings. But yeah, I think this should be, from like a stack height kind of perspective, this should be about the correct height for a Falcon 9 compared to the, like, the first stage compared to the second stage. Maybe a little bit taller even. Again, wrong one. Alt. Yeah, I think that might be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. And then we basically need an engine plate down here. This should be under structural. Yep. And then we need engines. Now, again, engine-wise, these are way too big. Like, this is a swivel. This is too big. This has, like, no way of making it smaller. Oh, can you? That's the Rhino that's even bigger. I also have, like, the really huge ones. Rhino. Skipper. Rapier. I feel like, I mean, even the ones I used before are way too huge. There is no small engines that fit this kind of thing. Like, these are just 4 and they're way too huge. So we actually have to go a little bit bigger than that if we want to do this. And as I said before, if we want to put landing legs on this, we have the exact option of, where's the ground stuff? These, which, like, that's not exactly, oops. Not exactly what the Falcon looks like, right? So, for now, I think we're gonna build something different, huh? Something we actually have parts for. Delete that. What do we have parts for, though? I guess a shuttle. Alright, just have this nose. With, like, front aerodynamic thing of this. Yep. Like, fuel tanks in that size are these, I think. Like, this is a metal box in this size, yeah. Then we need, like, cargo payload, yeah. Cargo bay, large. Can open that, probably. Yep. That looks very much like a shuttle already. We are obviously gonna seal that off with another fuel tank. However, maybe we're gonna like put a little where's the monoprop version of that, because there's definitely a monoprop version of that. Put the monoprop here, that here, that here. Yeah. Because that looks good. Now, what's this? That's a really huge monoprop tank. Dude. You know, I'd be very much interested in building something with the xenon tanks, because now that you can actually time warp while burning, that might be a useful way of getting around the system. There's something different though. There should be. Are you the engine plate for back there? Yeah, that kind of works. Actually, no. There is an engine plate for that. An actual engine plate. Where's that? It wasn't structural, was the plates, right? Yeah, you were that. Yeah, that's the one. And that, of course, gets the engines correctly. 3 times symmetry. That's exactly how that's supposed to look. And then we put like this as the side engines here that are used for maneuvering in space, more or less. Also, that means you need some monoprop engines. I think those are that aren't those on the. Those are probably on the utility, right? With the there, yeah, RCS thrusters. So just like this. That should be correct for the most part. Don't actually know where the shuttle had its thrusters. And I'm not gonna pull up like a scheme of it yet. Right now. Then that's like a really, really small stabilizer. Actually, a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think that one fits. Yeah, not exactly, but that's the good thing about procedural wings. In this game, you can make that fit. I think that fits pretty fine for the back fin of the shuttle. And then we need like what large wings. And we need those to not snap, because they're gonna go. Hello. Yeah, they're gonna go right here down on the body. And then we're gonna have to shorten the wingspan a bit. Get the angle correct. I don't actually... think this had that much control surface. Yeah, that's better. Does this look like a shuttle to you? It does to me. Just in my colors. Yeah. Might be a bit thick. Root thickness. Yeah, it can go down a bit. Yeah, that's better. Looks a little bit like a shuttle at least. Then we need frickin' wheels. I think the mid gear is gonna be fine. Let's see, that goes. That can snap again, please. Or maybe not. Excuse? Okay. I'm pressing buttons and I don't know why. Oh, that is... Okay, good. I didn't know that you could use 1 and 2 to switch between the tooltips down here. Like here. But yeah, I wanted to... Yeah, that's better. Do something like this. These are actually a little bit small. Those are the mid ones. Then again, they probably stick up out through the top, right? Yeah. So we're gonna have to send them down a notch anyway. Please don't snap on that. That's better. Actually, as long as this like right behind. Yeah, that should be fine. Should be fine. Anyway, the same thing. I just clicked that. I don't want to click that. Alt click goes in front here. Should be fine. Now, I'd love to try to fly this thing. Not sure though whether yeah. You'd need action groups anyway. You... Oh, fuck off. Control Z? Oh, I can't control Z. Fuck you. Ugh. Engines. Thuds. On custom one, you're gonna toggle engine on the thud, toggle engine on the thud, and on custom 2, you're gonna toggle engine on the vector, all of them. Hello? Toggle engine? You didn't just toggle gimbal on everybody, right? Okay, this is still a little bit buggy. Okay. But that should put those on action groups. And then we're just gonna put this on the runway real quick. And see how that looks. Obviously that still needs the rogue shoots at the end, because the real shuttle did have those. And then we'd still need the rest of the rocket. Game? I see no loading bar. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Why is the gear so bouncy? Huh. Doesn't seem like there's a setting for that. But yeah, if I just say like, frickin' 1. Those probably are not going to take me off the ground, right? Oh, actually, it does. Yeah. Whoops! I'm amazed that this held together quite well. I'm always surprised that these parts are that stable. But yeah, revert to launch. Val, you did not do very well on that launch. If this doesn't work, we're obviously gonna just build a little 747 to carry this up, like the real shuttle did take a ride on a 747 for the first like test flights for gliding it back. Dude, reverting still takes way too long. Okay. I also don't think that these are... These are a lot more aligned with my center of mass, apparently. Let's see if this also flies like a brick like the real shuttle does. It sure flips like one. Okay, I think my center of lift is a little bit off. Also, like, in general. Hello. I like that the gear survived. Okay, let me have a look. If I take my center of mass and my center of lift. My center of lift is way in front of my center of mass, and that cannot be correct. So put my wings... Yeah. Now, the thing is, the wings of the shuttle might have been that far back. I don't know. I don't... It still doesn't fit, essentially. We need more, like, angle on that. So let me see if I can't... Does that do anything in terms of my... It does. Ha. Good. Unfortunately, there is no live update on that yet. That's better. I mean, I definitely want this like this. So maybe we do a little bit more span here. Let's see, how does this look? Almost. Tip thickness. Tip length. Oh no, tip thickness can fuck itself, but tip length. Bit more. Almost. Control surfaces. How did the shuttle ever fly? Good question. Next question, right? Like half the amount of fuel. Okay, so if fuel starts draining, this becomes more stable. Let's see if this works like that. Makes a whole lot less. Like it's not that much off now. We're gonna call this the shuttle replica. Save. As the space shuttle workspace. And we're gonna launch this and have a look. I have a feeling like this has way more wingspan than the real shuttle had. But anyway. Okay, let's see. Does this fly like a brick? Sure doesn't. This actually is fine. And coming in like a glider with that is also fine. I can flare that. This flies way too well for a shuttle, really. But that's fine, honestly. I'm fine with a shuttle that flies better than the original one. I'm gliding at like 50 meters a second. This is a little bit bumpy road. Okay. Brakes on. Yeah, this actually works way too well, I gotta say. Open the cargo bay just because. Yeah, this works way too well. I like it. Okay. Recover the vessel. Just because it's actually much fast. Failure on linkage. Where did you have a failure on the linkage? Huh? I just recovered it. How do you have failures? Okay, see. You're a failure. I think that's fine. So, if we just load that up, where's the work shuttle? There's the shuttle space. Load. And then like, where's the? Okay, I'd grab you here, I guess. Put you like this. Start the gear retracted. Save that. Just save it. Like, yes. And put that on the launch pad real quick to see if it stands correctly in terms of orientation. That is correct. Because 90 degrees is to our right, which means we do need to do the roll maneuver to get over there. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, that should absolutely be fine. Revert to VAB. And now we'll basically need to build the rest under that. So decoupler. Pretty sure that's too big. Yeah. Dear parts manager. Let's see, which fuel tank? Because I don't think the original orange tank. Yeah, no. That seems more like it. Right? These are the largest tanks, so we can't really go any bigger. Okay. Up here, I'd like a nose cone. Something like this. Bigger. Not that big. Like XL, but not... I don't think that this looks good. Actually, never mind. This looks pretty much exactly like the shuttle tank, right? Did it go that far up? Let me look at the space shuttle real quick. I actually don't remember how far how big the tank was in comparison. Space shuttle. It actually did go pretty much exactly that much over. A bit more even. The wings were like more swept like this, but we don't have the wings like that, I don't think. These engines were actually a little bit more up here. But I mean, like, this is fine. They were also bigger. But yeah, other than that, this looks kind of decent. As I said, these wings, like, they were a little bit, like, more like starting here, going back like this, and then out. Which also would have made for more of what I was going for in terms of, like, the center of lift. But, unfortunately, this doesn't really do that. Like, the wings we currently have don't really look like that, but I'm pretty sure we can get that later on when the like parts update a bit, because I don't think I can put any of the wings in that shape, because the wings are like predetermined. They're just small, or like this, or the ones we have, and like these don't. If we these don't have like these also don't do anything different in that regard. We don't have a curve setting, is what I'm trying to say. You can make these basically all look the same. They just start at different sizes. We don't have any like curve that we can put in them yet. I'm sure that they're gonna like add that. I'm pretty sure like the lower part of this tank had like a rounder bottom. Structural adapters. But do this and then like this. It's actually still too thick. Like deep down. Okay, why can I not zoom out more? Oh, because there's a wall there, that's why. Because I don't think that this part down there looked like that. Did they actually have like a flat bottom on the tank? Pretty much. Yeah. There was like more like of a thing. Looked more like this. Like pretty cut off. Maybe if I like use a fairing to make it look like that, can I do that? Yeah. And just never stage that. That does look a lot like, yeah, that a lot better. A lot better. Obviously this does need to put fuel lines from a fuel line from here to here. We'd need to strut the shit out of that afterwards. But we also need the side boosters. And I don't actually know. Might be a good idea to use these. Because I don't actually know whether we have those large booster engines. Because these are the biggest solid rocket boosters we have. And that works. Those solids actually work. That looks very much like the real ones. They also had like very steep tips. Let me see. Something along the lines of this ish. Without the, like, they weren't tipped in. Yeah, we just need an adapter between that. Let me see. No, that's too large. Kinda? Yeah. Works. Works for me. Now, obviously, it doesn't have the correct colors for the space shuttle, because the space shuttle had white boosters, a white shuttle, and an orange tank, but you know, we could just change that by part. Like, just make this, for instance, space shuttle tank orange. And just as the entire thing, basically. Like this, including this part. And then, like, I don't know, white. Can make this, like, see-through? Oh, hey, you can make it metal. That's nice. Yeah, but these go white, so does the rest of this here. And now it's basically a shuttle. With the correct coloring. Oops. Also not what I wanted to do. Going to recreate the color again. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, now it kind of looks like the real shuttle. I like the coloring. It adds something to the game. Then we need like launch clamps. Basically just put these on here individually. Oh yeah, also, I guess those can be orange. I don't know. Don't actually know where those grabbed the shuttle in a real launch assembly. So I'll just put it like that and hope that's correct. And then obviously we need we do this. It's fine. You should do this. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's one part. Where I'd actually like the color different. Color. Boom. Boom. And now they should be metal, right? Ish. Fine. Actually, these should be more like double symmetry. But it doesn't actually matter for that. I think that's fine. I mean, these don't have chutes like the real ones do. But yeah, that shouldn't matter. This actually looks a whole lot like the real shuttle. Save. Yeah. So, obviously we want this and the boosters and the 3 main engines start at the same time. Then at some point the boosters fall off. Then at some point we lose the tank. And then we just switch to the other engines. That should be fine. Yeah, save. And launch. Let's see if this works. Not exactly the strongest bond there. This should stand a little bit lower. It's a little bit. Nah. Countdown? I don't hear the Kerbal talking. Yeah. I think we got caught up in something. Not exactly sure what happened there. Maybe we should throttle back a bit. I don't know. Yeah, let's actually delete these. And give me nuke launch clamps. Put those on here. Take this entire thing, put it lower. Even lower. Yeah, that's better. Maybe we need more struts here, because it was wobbling a bit much. Okay. I did not click that, but fine. What I wanted to see though is center of thrust is actually over here, which means we should be pretty much fly up straight. So I don't know what happened there. I feel like we got stuck. Weirdly. Anyway, this goes in here. Save. Stop asking me if I want to override it. Of course I want to override it if I'm editing the same ship. And then we try this again. Yeah, we still don't get a countdown. I think the Kerbal, who is usually in the... Why? Why? Why do you just keel over? Let's try, like, throttling it, like, 30%. We still flip over, and now we don't have to thrust or weight. If I'm going up, and then it just tips this way, for no reason. Like, how much thrust do these have? Engines. These have a max thrust of 3,300 in vacuum and 2,900 in atmosphere. Max thrust 2,900. Excuse me? 769. Nice. 3 times 7 is 21, and 2 times 3 is 6. So we've got 6,000 freaking kilonewtons of thrust going up here. And only like a measly 2,000 and a bit. Like at most 2,400 if we go with 800 as the base. Going up, like going like this. Either the thrust on these is like completely fucked. Like I think these boosters are garbage. Like, really quickly, let me try something. If I just don't use frickin' launch clamps and just launch it like this. Maybe I just don't have the thrust to wait. Mm-hmm. So that tips over. Revert to VAB. Let me look at the engineer's report and see if it has like a thrust to weight issue. Thrust to weight of 1.1. Like, I don't even think that the real shuttle had much more than that. Not that I know, but still. Something is weird. Don't actually do the... You know, something about this is weird. I don't know what, though. And I think I just broke... Yeah, I just broke the struts. As well as the fuel lines. Actually, no. Yes, the others. Yeah. Can you... Why did you automatically frickin'... Whatever. This is fine. Yeah, no. If I look at the center of mass, that's here. If I look at my center of thrust, it's slightly... Really. That's why these can't gimbal that far, though. So I don't... I still don't get it. Not what I want. That's not what I want. Now they're angled. And if we do the thrust now, it actually goes up kind of through this. Does that work better? Like that's more of how the real shuttle works, right? You can do this. I don't even know if I need more than those two. Launch. You're still... Like, I mean, it isn't like... I don't know, the friggin' boosters were angled on the real shuttle. Like, I don't know, like... Excuse me. I'd like to... reapply those in this symmetry. Yeah, that's better. Just slightly tilt them. Now. That looks kinda a little bit less stupid. I don't know. Actually looks very stupid now, but... Shh. This also doesn't work. Good, 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 good. Nobody said this had to be any specific way. Hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, this was a nice case study. Right? It has something against doing a countdown on this, though. We're still flipping. Let me try one more thing. How about you hold up? Oops. Ever saw a shuttle launch escape system? This was like the impromptu version of that. And no, the shuttle did not have a launch escape system. I don't think. But I gotta say, it glides very well. Way better than the real shuttle did. This worked way too well as a launch escape, though. I don't know how to do anything about the launch not working. You saw that the thrust should be where it should be. I don't know. Revert, actually recover the vessel. I still don't know what the structural failure here is. And then we just go back to the Space Center. And, yeah, that was the first attempt at a shuttle in KSP2. Don't think that that was a very good attempt. It just looked like a shuttle, but it didn't behave like one. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna try something else next time. We'll see. Or we just, like, fly to a pole, or we actually try using a frickin' ion engine to get somewhere. Like, I don't know, Elu. Or Moho. And yeah, until then, leave your suggestion of what you want to see down below, because why not? And as I said, if you have a craft that you want to see me fly, feel free to send in the craft file that is located in the app data folder. If you'd like really need a tutorial how to get there, I can make one. But yeah, it's just the roaming app data folder, I think. Is it in the roaming or the local low? One of the ones. There is an Intercept Games KSP2 or Kerbal Space Program 2 folder, and that has like save data and craft files. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWDadmin. Bye.